This is the history of the Duquesne Club, published by the Duquesne Club in 1989. I found this book at a Half Price Books for $3, and I thought it was pretty interesting and very rare, so I decided to pick it up. And it is indeed a very rare book. It's hard to find copies of this book online, so I thought it would be interesting to go through and show you it. This book is bound in this cloth. It actually feels quite nice, although it is dirty from being stored improperly. And we do have this red maroon ink on the front with the title, The History of the Duquesne Club, in black, although it is worn a lot from physical wear. The spine has the title, The History of the Duquesne Club, in that nice black ink. And once again, it's a very nice feeling cloth. And the back cover is the same as the front cover. The page edges are just trimmed. And this does have some headbands. I believe that it is sewn because you can see the signatures separating right there. And it makes sense that a book like this would be sewn. When we open it up, we get these lovely end papers that show Pittsburgh from an aerial view. And if you are not aware, Duquesne is it's a university in Pittsburgh now, and it is named after the Fort Duquesne that used to sit right on the sort of the peninsula, like the place where the three rivers meet in Pittsburgh. It was called Fort Duquesne. So this Duquesne Club is named after that same fort. And of course, it was settled by the French, which is why it is a French word and not a British one. As you can see, it says Duquesne Club, Pittsburgh, 1989, by these people right here. And I did some research on this club, and the Duquesne Club is one of those private clubs with membership fees that you can join for exclusive benefits and special events and things of that nature. I believe there was a colophon at the back, and at the back we have the same end papers as at the front, and they're actually on a pretty decently nice thick cardstock. There may not be a colophon. Oh, yes, there is. No, I was wrong. That's not a colophon. I guess there isn't one actually. So I don't know what this book was printed on, but it's this very it feels like something you would print a cheap photo album in, and I don't mean cheap in a bad way. I just mean that's the type of paper. It's not like that special cardstock cardboard photo paper. It's sort of like the paper you would print a photo in if you had the special photo pages in books, like when Folio Society puts full page illustrations in their books. This type of paper is what that illustration is printed on, and it's the entire book instead of just one page. It's this sort of, smoother, glossier white paper, and you can tell by the shine it gives off as well. Here's information on the end papers. The frontispiece, which is that right there. And there's not much other information. It was printed by the Hochstetter Printing Company in 1989 for the Duquesne Club, so they must have commissioned this book. We have pictures throughout this book, and I do like the glossiness of the paper. It's got a nice feel to it. Usually when you print the illustrations on let me tune down the light a bit. Yeah, that's very blurry. Give me a moment here. There we go, that may have worked. When you print a single illustration page in this white paper, it might feel kind of off-putting when you're flipping through the book and you grab a single page. But when the entire book is like this and you're expecting it, it feels pretty nice. Whoa. Hold on a second. Now it is over adjusted way too much, probably because of the black photo right there. This book is pretty big, as you can tell. It takes up the entire frame. There are many illustrations throughout. I'm not going to dwell too long on the contents of the book because they're not interesting to most people. I will be listing this book on my eBay page in case someone wants to buy it. Except I'm not sure how much because it's not really listed anywhere online other than a minty fresh copy. Well, I butchered that sentence. A minty fresh copy listed for over $100, which seems like a bit much. I doubt there are many people out there looking for the history of the Duquesne Club, although it is a well-produced book, I must say. It's got some nice color photos like this in here. Aspire to dine one day at the Duquesne Club. So this club is one of those ones that holds banquets and things of that nature. So like this. But you do have to pay extravagant members' dues. I believe it's like over $10,000 to get in, and then it's $5,000 a year after that. It's a little interesting bit of history. One of those kind of unique, privately commissioned books, because it was commissioned by the Duquesne Club, especially for themselves, which I think is pretty interesting. I'm not sure what they did with the copies. They probably gave them out to members or something. But that's all for this book. And unfortunately, it does have that bit of wear, but it still looks quite nice, and it's an interesting little bit of history for the Pittsburgh area, that is. Thank you very much.